had half of it. And I was just thinking.
And then I think, yeah, we're ready to go.
Okay, thank you very much. All right,
Then we will get some pay off. Yeah. Actually, like, you want to.
okay, gentlemen. Let's begin today. I'd like to welcome everybody to today's NBAR meeting. Is there anyone in the audience or online that would like to speak to a subject that is not on today's agenda?
Not seeing anyone online or anyone in the audience.
Okay, thank you very much. We'll proceed to the elections of the 2026 NBAR Chair and Vice Chair. Is there anyone that would like to volunteer for those positions? Not seeing anyone rise or comment. Is it the opinion of the board that the chair and vice chair should remain the same?
Yes.
Yes.
And then I'll ask for a vote for chair. Nominating myself.
I'll second that.
I'll nominate Michael McGlinty.
And I'll
Okay.
second it.
Now third.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. And now for the position of vice chair, held by, who is that held by?
Robert.
Oh, Bobby Jones. I hear a nomination for vice chair.
So nominated.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Congratulations, Bobby. All right. Moving on to member recusals. Has anybody had any, actually, is any of the members on today's agenda? No? You're not?
Anyone?
Member recusals?
Yes,
Does anybody have to recuse themselves for today's meeting?
use on, I believe it's number 3.
Okay,
Yes,
all right.
00105.
Thank you very much. We'll move on to the agenda status report.
We have no changes.
Thank you. Okay, with that said, you were emailed the packet for today's meeting, and in that packet was the meeting minutes for December 19th. I'm hoping that you guys have had a chance to review those, and if so, would you like to make any changes or add anything to those meeting minutes?
Changes. No changes.
Okay,
No changes.
all right, thank you. With that said, we'll vote to approve the meeting minutes for December 19th. All in favor, say aye.
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 Okay, those meeting minutes are approved.
Who moved and who's second?
I second.
Thank you.
Not too picky.
She's thorough, not picky. Okay, move on now to the members' informational briefing. Has anybody had any contact with staff and or applicants today for today's meeting?
On the item that I am recusing from, item 3. I was approached by their consulting planner at least a year ago, maybe more, asking what was going to be the opinion of screening equipment on top of the roof. And I said 4-sided probably, because it's visible from 4 sides. So I left it at that, but that I was clearly not stating the board's opinion. It's what I would anticipate.
Okay, thank you. Anyone else? Okay, moving on now to staff update.
Hi there. I don't think I have anything much for you today, but there was an ordinance amendment package that was approved by the Board of Supervisors just this last Tuesday that made some changes to modification processes, variable side and rear setbacks, that sort of thing. So I am still reviewing that, but I will keep the board up to date on any changes that affect design review. I'm not sure that there are any, except for maybe the modifications. but I need to review it and I will keep you guys posted.
Okay, thank you very much.
I have a question for Shannon.
Okay.
Shannon, a while ago, we had a project that was, the only way I can describe it is that it's the very far end of like the roads off of Stillwell. It was a patio roof and a brick patio with a high retaining wall.
It was a core.
And that applicant was adamant, despite our comments to him that it was visible from 101. It's now constructed and it is completely visible.
Wow.
So what recourse do we have to, if any, to get him to screen it out? He's on record saying that it is absolutely not visible from the 101. And I challenged him on it and he basically said, I don't know what I'm talking about.
Really?
Okay, let me review. Is that the Zakor patio cover?
Yeah, there's a large brick patio down below with a retaining wall.
Yeah, you
Okay.
can clearly see it from 101.
Yeah, you can see all of it
All
from
of it.
101.
Okay, let me, I know they proposed another project on that property recently.
Okay,
So let me review it and see what might be possible. There may be landscaping required as part of that project, so I'll look into it.
okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
All right, then with that said, we'll move on to the first item on today's agenda, 24 BAR 00044, the Verizon Tower on DeWolf Avenue. If the applicant is available, go ahead and present yourself and your presentation.
Good morning, everyone. Armando Montes is here. I'm an agent for the applicant Verizon Wireless. I'll go ahead and go into a brief recap of this project. I know you guys seen it a couple of times. Verizon is proposing a new wireless telecommunications facility at 2231 DeWolf Avenue in Lompoc. The facility itself is designed as a 3-sector, 100-foot tall monopole tower, galvanized in a low shine polish with a 12-foot by 20-foot elevated equipment platform located to the west. The elevated platform will be secured by a 7-foot tall chain link fence. By elevating the enclosure on the platform by 6 feet 11 inches, we'll ensure that the facility will continue to operate in the event of a catastrophic storm. Lastly, due to the floodplain designation, we are no longer able to propose a ground level PG&E transformer, and will now be proposing a new PG&E utility pole within the existing overhead route. The new pole will contain a transformer, and a conduit will be routed down the pole to our facility for power. We have considered the feedback received at our last BAR hearing on 11/21 and have the following responses. We received 2 similar comments about its appearance, stating that the platform will not be attractive to industrial and to consider alternatives to fit in the area better. In our latest drawings, we have removed the tan slats from the chain link fence to visually lessen the intensity of the platform. In our photo sims, you can see the platform will disappear into the horizon much easier and will be visually less intrusive. As for the last comment we received about considering alternative locations due to the flood zone designation and the need for the elevated platform, all surrounding properties in this area are located within the same flood zone. Also, in our initial submittal for this project, we provided planning with alternative analysis explained the lack of viability to place the facility elsewhere. Lastly, we believe this property is still ideal because of how far the facility is set back from property lines, 918 feet, and also to the closest intersection, roughly 4,910 feet. Thank you, and that concludes my presentation.
Armando, you are agendized for preliminary review.
I think preliminary and final, I believe. Unless I misheard my planner.
Shannon, are you available?
Yes, I'm here. Sorry, have multiple things open, would take a minute. And so it's agendized for preliminary review. Has this already been to hearing for the planning commission?
Yeah, so it went to planning commission back in 2024. Sorry. It got approved, but it got approved without the elevated platform. We kind of ran into that issue a little bit later with flood. So now I'm working with my planner on an amendment for this project.
I see. Okay. And the amendment is director level. Is that your understanding?
Yes.
It may be that technically the BAR, my guess is the reason it's agendized this way is that until that amendment's approved by the director, it can't get final approval. And that may be why it was intentionally scheduled this way. See if the planner is available online.
This is Teresa. So in our meeting in November, on November 21st, the action was to return for preliminary approval.
Okay.
Recollection.
Okay.
So this was 23 LUP 308. Just gonna pull the case notes real quick. That case number is not right. That's the Desai, that case number is for the Desai house. All right, let me try to just search the address. Sorry, when these are on my team of people I supervise, I know the status, but when they're not, it's
Okay. Well, as you look that up for us real quick, I'm going to ask the board, do they have any opinions on this particular project?
Well, is there a revised drawing of what it looks like without with the revision to the platform? It's still this basically big mass sticking up in the air like that.
and I do have an update. So it hasn't gone to the director for their determination. So that's why it's scheduled for
Okay.
preliminary. After that, it could return for final and consent even, but it technically the final BAR action can't be taken until after the
After.
director action.
Okay. Well, can we pull up the architectural drawings for it?
Is this the only perspective we have of it?
Probably.
As presented, yes.
Pardon me?
As presented, yes.
These are the 4 files we provided, so the photos. Is this what you need?
Yes.
Number 7?
Please.
Or towards the bottom, or
Yeah, right there. Thank you.
What's that dimension? 14 feet to the top of that shaded box. I mean, I have worked in this area and it is difficult to deal with flood control because of if you block
Yeah.
any of the floodway, then you have to provide equal confluence. And so that's why you elevate it like this, and there's probably no place on the site that you can increase the confluence, so.
Doesn't seem like it's gonna be obtrusive to anything
It's hidden amongst the trees already and.
And as far away from, it is from the roadway.
From everything.
And there's a lot of agricultural equipment stored out there.
And agricultural stuff is kind of blended the agricultural stuff.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah. I think it's- okay.
So then, my suggestion would be to ask for a motion to approve, grant preliminary approval and then final approval on consent after the planning commission has made their decision.
I'll make that motion.
Well, second.
Second, all in favor, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
That was easy, Armando.
Thank you, guys. Yeah.
Okay, well, thank you very much.
All right. Talk to you guys soon.
Okay,
I do think it's peculiar that every time that we've seen this particular project, comment has been made, could not a better location have been found? And it's always like skirting the issue. It's just because that's where they want it. Well, exactly.
well, with that, we move on to item number 2, BR number 25002121, the Valley View new models. If the applicant is available, please introduce yourself for the record and begin your presentation.
Good morning. My name is Bob Tomaszewski. I'm with RRM Design Group, working with Jason Blankenship on the Valley View Estates. We are proposing, so should I share or do you have the?
Mr. Chairman, real quick, I'm sorry to interrupt. I might have a conflict. I do some sub-consulting with RRM, at least within the last year.
On this particular.
Not on this.
If that's the case, then I have a conflict too. Because I'm working on about 4 projects with them. Separate projects. Completely unrelated to.
Right.
Bobby, you too?
No, I say once you disclose that you worked with that particular company, if you're not working on that project, you don't have a conflict. But
Only if you feel like you do.
Yeah,
you technically don't, but if you feel like you do, that's a different.
Yeah. Do you feel conflicted?
No,
Yeah.
Bob knows I'll tell him off if I need to.
Okay.
Thanks, Kevin.
Is Bobby Jones there? He's not there today, right?
I'm here, yes.
Oh, okay.
He's our vice chair.
Right, okay.
Duly
But
elected.
what about isn't it within 500 feet of his property?
Is this within 500 feet of yours?
The total scope of the property is within 500 feet, but I don't think these,
Oh, the Valley View portion, is it?
This is the westerly
yeah,
development.
yeah, the property is within 500 feet of our property. Do we have a conflict? But what they're looking at right now, these, models.
These are models to be placed on multiple lots. Yeah, I mean,
I think that we're probably still over 1,000 feet away from these models. Does that make a difference?
Are you over 1,000 feet from the Valley View Estates?
No, we're not over 500 feet from Valley View Estates.
Okay. Do you feel conflicted?
I don't, this is one of the phases way far, the farthest away from us.
Yeah.
But what do you think, Shannon?
I mean, it's an ethics decision that you would and council would need to make. It's not for me to weigh in on. It's just
Okay.
we were talking about recusals that
I don't think that I would have any problem being completely objective.
All right.
I don't live on that property. That property is just a vacant piece of ground. I live obviously out in Cal Canyon, so.
Yeah, but
But we
you,
do own. the
you own
property.
it. So,
I
okay.
own part of it. Isn't-
All right. As this is conceptual review and no direction will be,
No vote today.
no vote today, I'll go ahead and discuss it with county council and get back to both of you, all 3 of you. So if you feel conflicted, please recuse yourself. If you don't, that's fine. So Robert, it's on you now.
Good morning, everyone. Again, Bob Tomaszewski, RRM Design Group, working with Jason Blankenship on the Valley View Estates. And we are proposing 2 new models to be built throughout the property. They have been getting requests for smaller units. And then also we have some small lots that these would be placed on. Our design is in the same pallets as the existing residences on site, and we were trying to keep in that in that design realm. I don't know if Jason's here to say anything else. He says he would be here, but maybe he is not. But that is our proposal right now. We would like to get
Bob,
comments from the commissioners. Yes,
sorry to interrupt. He is online.
he is. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah,
And
I don't mean to interrupt. I just want to tell you that I'm here. So if you need me.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay,
bye.
and then
Thanks,
I also
Jason.
want to, you're welcome. I also did want to make a note that because Bobby, you do live within the 500 feet of the property, you would need to, oh, you do not? Oh, okay. It just said because you would have to recuse if you are within the 500 feet. Okay, sounds good.
Can we scroll through the drawings really quick? So we have 2 plans. This is the one, plan 1, standard and reversed, goes along with the existing structures on site, colors, materials, street presence, and again, it's on. These are right on small lots, but we do want to build them on any lot that someone wants to purchase. They are getting requests, like I said before, they are getting requests for smaller residences. So that's our plan 1. We do have landscape and civil also within the set. Front yard plantings, some grading and drainage, and these are shown on the small lots. So we can fit within the building envelopes on those small lots. If Jason, if you have anything to add, other than that, I would like to have comments from the board, and we can discuss that going forward.
Bob, is this a plan that you've used previously in the Rice Ranch project?
No, this is a brand, both plans are brand new plans.
Okay.
What's that side yard setback?
You're asking about setbacks?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Well,
Oh, I didn't hear the question.
yeah, sorry, the mic is not on. I don't think, but basically they've shown these models that they're going to use throughout the property on a single like representative lot that's going to be built out with it first, but they're models that could be placed on any lot, and then the Rice Ranch specific plan sets forth specific setbacks for each neighborhood that staff would review. So they couldn't place this model on any property where the setbacks established by the specific plan couldn't be met.
Okay.
Correct, and that's what we designed them to, is to the smallest lots. So we are within our setbacks. All the other lots are larger than what we show here.
Okay, thank you.
Bob, does the packet contain any of the existing designs for comparison?
No, no, it does not. Is that what you'd like to see, some of the existing plans?
Yeah, I think so, just to be able to compare, show continuity.
Okay,
They do have a lot of, homes built, so they could just include pictures.
Right.
That would be probably the best, just include some pictures of the existing.
Photographs.
That would be the easiest way to show continuity.
Yeah, that would be good.
Or do
so,
you have,
so you said to include photos of existing
Yeah,
structures on
photos
the,
of
on the
existing-
project? Okay.
Right, rather than drawings.
do you have elevations for this thing then?
Yes,
It was on the previous sheet.
they're on sheet 4. Those are the elevations for Plan 1, Plan 2's on sheet 7. And then we do have the renderings or the ISO's perspectives on different sheets with colors.
What's your height on the units?
The height is, top roof is 21.6 on Plan 1. Or that's Plan 2, sorry. And Plan 1, yeah, they're both 21.6.
You're 22.
Okay.
Mr. Chairman,
Bob, are these your
I will ha-
final versions, or are you going to be working on these at all? Because the detailing on them seems to be a lot less than what's out there.
Okay, we can look at that.
Yes, sir.
Are you talking window trim and,
I am gonna,
Yeah, just like window trim or maybe trellis above garage, or just detailing on how you frame the garage out.
Okay.
Cornices, you know what you can do with that. So,
okay,
and just look at the previous plans so that it's got a consistent streetscape.
okay.
Mr. Chairman, I have received compensation within the last calendar year from RRM, so I will recuse myself.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, does the board have any other comments at this time with regards to this?
Not on this one.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, if you just want to include photos of existing.
Okay.
For continuity purposes, that'd be great.
So photos of existing, and then for Kevin's comment, some added trim to be in line with the existing models.
Correct. And I think that,
Okay.
Working with your planner, that's probably going to push you right into preliminary.
Yeah, I
Okay.
think you can study the massing here. It seems to be pretty, maybe the roof pitch can be varied or something, and a little more architectural treatment on some of these big surfaces would, I think, be helpful.
Yeah, I think that'll come out with
I hope so. It's a massive scale building for this size lot.
Okay.
I mean,
any other comments?
Wait, one on your landscaping plan, you might want some way to get from the driveway over to the front walkway. Looks like the front walkway came all the way in from the street, and the driveway had no connection between.
I want to see if I heard that right. You're talking about a sidewalk from the driveway to the main, the front door,
Might be-
correct?
Can you go to the landscape plan, please? Oh yeah, just a couple stepping stones. That'll do it. That'll give you away.
Yeah.
So some kind of path between the driveway and the sidewalk from the street.
Yeah, because if you have an elderly parent or something that, you know, can't walk from the street all the way up to the driveway, that gives them a way to get in the front doors.
Okay.
So
And a lot of these lots are not necessarily flat and
Flat.
level from the street, so you might want to think about how you plan for that.
Okay.
So can we go back to the elevation for a moment? So, Robert, right? So maybe Robert, might help some of the scale here too would be to carry the concept of those hip roofs maybe throughout some, like say over the face of the garage, that would drop that scale down a little bit, and
Okay.
just maybe study some hip roofs, or, you know, more continuity in the roof format. So, no, that's about it. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
One comment to the board, the houses that they have out there are fairly large and they're fairly tall. So in the keeping of continuity, the houses are gonna look a little bit more pronounced than the average tract, because they are they're all bigger homes, yeah, and they all have a more, yeah, I think they were like 10 feet or something. They had a little bit more force at the street than the average tract would have
And
had.
then a lot of them sit above the street too,
And
so
they
you're
sit-
kind of looking up at them.
Yes, so, and so that's just a comment that, you know, in keeping, it is kind of in keeping what they're showing here, what they did before.
Kind of canyon like. It's a street.
It's all in the hills and all that, it's up on, you know, it's not flat, this is not a flat track. It's
Right.
It's back to the park.
Okay.
Well, go ahead and work with your planner with regards to agendizing you for preliminary.
Okay. Appreciate that. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Have a good weekend.
You too.
Okay, moving on to BR number 2500-105, the Mojo K key site.
Okay, I need to interrupt for a second.
Yes.
Seeing Greg walk in makes me realize that I'm the landscape architect on FAMCon Pipe, the last one too.
All right. Have a good weekend.
So, sorry, I didn't.
You didn't put those two together?
I recognized Mojo KS2, but not Kenza signage,
Okay.
so. One.
Let's see. Yeah. Okay, so if the applicant is available for item number 3, go ahead and introduce yourself for the record and begin your presentation.
Hey there, I'm Taylor Judkins, applicant, owner, Mojo KS2. This is for Key Site 2. I don't have much for you guys in the way of presentation. Soren's got the plans. This project was approved as part of a final development plan several years ago. Had its kind of architectural review as an entire project. And so this building is kind of coming in with no changes to that architecture. And so now we're just going for a building permit for this particular building. Doran, do you have the elevation?
Our admin, our hearing support staff, Teresa, has the plans that were submitted. And just for clarity, I talked to Soren this morning, and yeah, there was obviously, when this development plan came in, there was a concept level BAR review that was done, and this project design very similar to, like the grocery store was, to what went for concept review.
Correct. So if you go back up to a PDF 19, 3 slides ago, right here. So this is the building. So that top slide there, the whole kind of east 2/3 of that is the existing building 1 that's there. That's the grocery outlet with the surgery center that's currently under construction, their tenant improvement. The building that we're looking at right now is the one on the left, the one with the tan stucco and then the tower element on the corner. This is the so yeah, we're just reviewing it, and we haven't made any changes to this kind of higher level review from several years ago.
Teresa, can we zoom in on that?
So there's no
The
other
new-
document submitted other than this.
You want me to zoom into the,
Yeah, to that upper elevation, left side. Keep going up to the, there we go.
Super. It is.
Mr. Chairman, for clarification, building 2, is that what we're talking about?
Yes.
Okay.
Now the change, Taylor, the change to stucco, that was part of the originally approved.
So say that one more time.
The change to the stucco from the metal.
I
of
believe it was,
building 1.
I believe it was always stucco.
Okay. Interesting.
I have a comment. I don't remember what it was before, but looking at that rendition, it just seems like it gets a little busy with the stucco and that it would be a little more continuity if the vertical metal lines just continued right on across. But that's just a personal opinion. It starts to look a little, there's so many different elements and so many different colors, it really starts to
That was the problem from the very beginning.
look at you and say, could we make up our mind, or could we just throw up our hands and turned around and walked away from making up our mind?
Means like they ran out of colors to add on to it.
I'm sorry, I misspoke on the stucco. That's actually that is just block. That's exposed block, and so it matches what's currently the west elevation block of the grocery outlet building now.
So is that
So that rendition isn't accurate in any form?
No, it is. So if you look at that 13L, the call out L, it's for a warm tan block.
Oh,
Airval block, custom color, warm tan, smooth face.
Okay.
so is it a standard common block, or is it a split face, or a slump
It's
block, or
smooth, he said.
It's smooth face.
just a regular old block wall block? Okay.
It's just visually jarring.
I don't think that color is rendered accurately either.
I mean, the color is off, it just looks so plain. The rest of the building has some, interest to the and texture, but this does not.
Hey, Taylor, tell me what 10E is. The exterior finish on building 1?
Yeah. So that's the 10E is that vertical rust siding. So it's corrugated metal.
Or 10?
Corten. Okay.
you don't happen to have any pictures in your presentation that show the existing, do you? current pictures?
I don't know. Sorry.
That might be beneficial in the future to have some of those pictures, just so everybody kind of understands what we're really looking at.
Sure. Like we said, this project has been reviewed by the Board of Architecture Review as a whole project. And this is the exact elevation that was shown and approved as part of that conceptual. So as part of this building, we did not deviate from those plans at all.
Understood. Can I just add some context there? Because
That'd be good.
anytime a project's reviewed before it goes to discretionary decision, it's not approved by the BAR. There's no action taken for final or preliminary approval. It's just conceptually reviewed, right? So there has not been a BAR approval formally of the design.
Correct. I'm sorry.
Building two
Sorry if I
only,
misspoke
correct?
there. I'm just saying it was reviewed and this is what ultimately went on. And so we just matched that, what was previously submitted.
Doesn't show anything.
Does that mean we can't make suggestions for modifications?
Well, I mean, technically you can make all the suggestions you want. This is conceptual review.
Can I ask a question? This
can.
is conceptual today, correct?
Yes, it is.
And all we did was conceptually look at it in the past.
Previously, yes.
So it would make, there you go, there's a real picture. That's better. So that's that was final approval. Correct? That's been done, final approval. So now building 2 is basically starting at conceptual and going through to final approval, so.
Right.
Standard procedure applies.
Is that top one?
Yeah, it's that top.
That one. Oops.
Those colors don't look too accurate, do they?
Well, I mean, that would be the issue. A lot of the colors out there have changed quite a bit. So,
But just look at the frontal where it shows kind of that brownish beige color, what do you want to call that? And then the front of the building is actually white. So there's a lot of difference in continuity on the plan for the picture. That's why I was kind of hoping that she did have a picture, and she does have, not close up, but I mean, at least you get a better idea. The greens are totally different. The front of the building basically looks, completely different, so. That's why I thought maybe that picture would be really nice for everybody to see.
all right.
Good idea.
You understand the issue that we're having, right, Taylor? Is that?
Yeah, absolutely. And so, if we'd prefer to just continue the Core 10 siding onto that, I think what I'm hearing is that the main issue is the tan block just being a jarring disposition to the adjacent building. And so, if we want to just either continue the Core 10 siding or the vertical kind of natural gray corrugated, which is that first gable element right there with the 2 light fixtures right behind that blue car. I think we're comfortable continuing whatever material. It doesn't have to be block to us.
Well, it probably does have to be block, but
I'm saying the finish does not have to be
Yeah.
block.
Right. I mean, the only thing that I would suggest is that what is represented in the rendering represents what's actually out there with regards to building 1, and then how building 2 ties into all that.
it's very eclectic right now. It's got a little bit of every color you could probably find. And so I think you just need to bring some continuity to it all.
My comment would be that you've got a project that in the field finished looks nice, and that when you get all done with all of it, it probably should all kind of tie together. in a smooth, easy, uniform kind of way, transition from one to the next. If there even needs to be any major difference between the buildings, to the general public, it's all going to appear as one building, no matter how, how many buildings there are, it's just going to appear as one.
Sure.
building. So the continuity would seem to be important at that point.
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay. I mean, that's really all we have.
I mean, do you have a preference on what material carries through to that building?
No, I think you should take what's existing out there, study that, and then provide that continuity.
I think the roof line there is a little weak. There could be a little more articulation there. But even tying it to the unit next to it for continuity.
Yeah, so just take a look at that. Now, your agenda is for conceptual. And Soren's your planner?
Yes.
Okay.
So maybe some closer up photographs of the existing buildings that you're trying to integrate this with would be helpful. I would certainly look at color palette here and see if we can be a little more consistent. Robert mentioned some continuity.
Because that's really going to be the biggest building on that site.
No, this is significantly smaller. So the existing building is 28,000 feet. The
No, I
addition
mean,
is
just
7,000.
visually, it's going to be the biggest building. on the
Oh, you mean continuously?
The
Yes.
entire
Yeah.
building. And look at, maybe study how it comes around the corner there.
Yeah.
On the north side.
Any other comments from the board? Okay. Well, I think you pretty much heard how we feel. So if you want to take those items in consideration and then work with Soren and get agendized for preliminary.
Okay.
Were there any particular notes? There was a mention of studying the north elevation. Is there any detail you want me to add to the comment as to what should be studied on the north elevation? Or sorry, it was where it was a member Reese, and it was something about it coming around and from the north,
So
and I assumed.
Yeah, what I was thinking, Shannon, was that the color would be consistent as it comes around the corner so that it doesn't change tones. It looks like it's one building rather than two separate facades.
Okay, on the west elevation.
Well, I think the west is the front there, I believe. You can't really, yeah. And so when it comes around to the north side, as it wraps around that sort of corner tower element, that the continuity is the same with colors and materials. So it doesn't look as chopped up.
Okay, got it.
Let me just make sure, and let me just repeat that back to, particularly on the north elevation, we want to deal with the tan block, and then for the side elevation, we just want to match what's existing, right?
Well, I think the problem I'm having is that the way it's rendered there and the rendering is not accurate to what the real life version is. Obviously the supermarket color is radically different. And from what I can tell, some of the other colors aren't consistently represented accurately on the rendering. So what I think the board's asking you to do is to look at the colors to be relevant to what is existing. May not be what's shown on that rendering, but it be consistent with what is actually there in the field. And then when you do review that, not only just look at the west facade, but how that it transitions and wraps around that corner to the north facade.
The north is Clark.
Okay, well, I thought that was the west. Okay, so
The
east side.
the east
the
side.
facing the freeway.
Talking about going around the east side.
Okay.
Yeah.
There you go. Okay.
Do you have any other questions, Taylor?
No.
Thanks, Robert.
Okay. Well, thank you for your time. Long time ago. Okay,
And I just want to see if we have any public comment.
it's conceptual.
So if you're online and wish to speak on this item, please raise your hand. Not seeing a raised hand, no public comment.
Okay, thank you. Okay, moving on to item number 4 on today's agenda, BR 25000112, the Penza signage. If the applicant is available, please step to the mic and begin your presentation.
My name is Greg Rivado. I'm the project architect for FAMCON, and I have Joseph Solario here. He's our junior project manager. So he's going to be doing most of the presentation today. Anyway, thanks for having us here today. FAMCON, as you probably remember, received final approval a month or two ago, and we're currently in our second building plan check. And we want to, of course, getting going on the signage because our client's going to want to have signage ready when he opens. Anyway, so we have a combination of monument signage and wall signage. Do you want to kind of describe do you want us to describe the site location? Does everybody know where it is?
No,
Yeah,
we're,
you guys all know?
yeah, we're familiar.
Okay, so do you want to just talk about the sign locations?
Hi. So the proposed signage, both the monument sign and the wall sign, are on the north side of the site. If we can scroll down to the site plan. One more. Or one more down. One more down. There we go. Okay. So the monument sign's located at the very top right corner, and the wall sign is located at the northern face of the proposed building. The monument sign is relatively small. It's about like 30 square feet in surface area. And it's essentially just going to mirror the same materials as the office building. So it'll basically be composed of CMU base and steel surfaces and steel roof structure. If we can go down to the one more. So that's these are dimensioned elevations of the wall sign at the top, which is going to be located at the top of that clear story area. And then on the bottom, we have the elevations of the proposed monument sign. And then if we can go one more down, it'll show the elevations in color. So essentially, the monument sign is just a continuation of the same language as the building. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
And the monument sign is two-sided?
I'm sorry?
It's two-sided?
No, it'll only have
signage
on the front.
Is it lit?
Yes, there will be lighting. It's kind of hard to see, but there's like two lighting strips that are located at the top of like those angled
just below the roof
roof.
line.
Yeah. So it'll be like a lit like directly down onto the sign.
And it's masonry?
The base is masonry. The vertical element, if you will, like it's just corrugated steel. Or not corrugated, that's not the right word. But
This like a stamped steel panel.
like a stamped steel panel.
Will you be able to see the source of the light? Or is it?
Ideally, no.
So Greg, are these colors pretty accurately rendered? Is it really gray and charcoal like that?
Yeah,
Well,
I mean, it's, if we could see the a digital print, it would probably look a little better. Like a projector on the screen is kind of enhancing the gray. But yeah, those are accurate colors.
Okay.
So the block is dark gray like that?
Yeah. As again, this is mimicking the design of the building.
What about the materials for the sign on the wall of the building? Is that metal?
you're referring to like the actual like letters and the
The
logo?
logo and the.
Yeah. It'll be the client was looking at like a foam material. I believe like one that we were looking into was, it's a very specific name, high density urethane or something along those lines.
Will the building sign be illuminated just like the monument?
Sorry?
Are you gonna illuminate the building signage the same way you're doing the monument?
Yeah, we were thinking of that.
So you think back.
The logo, I guess you would call it, and the name below it, is that an established logo?
Yes, that's taken directly from.
I mean, just at first glance, and I mean, I think generally it's very handsome looking.
Yeah.
It just is kind of, from an aesthetic point of view, it's just begging for a touch of color.
The client did want the logo to be white, but like on their like actual logo, it's blue. But I guess we were kind of going back and forth, and he thought that the white kind of went better with like the gray of the metal, as opposed to like the dark blue. I guess like there was like a bit of a harshness to it, in his opinion.
It doesn't much matter whether, like FAMCON could technically be in a kind of a rich gold color. Doesn't matter if it's already established as white, but perhaps even the awnings, just a slight punctuation of color could really make this pop. It's a little severe looking. And with the color scheme, if you were going to pick a color, a strong suggestion would be, kind of a dusty mustard color. Or blue, even blue. It's already part of the color scheme to do the awnings in the blue.
So you're referring to the logo or the?
Nope, the awnings, well, the logo seems like it's established as white.
Okay.
And so to give a punctuation of color would suggest the only place to do that would be on the awnings.
Of the sign, of the monument sign.
Yeah.
Okay.
Any other suggestions from the board as this is agendized for conceptual?
I mean, I think it's a great looking building.
From a construction standpoint, you might want to consider on your base, bringing the concrete base for your block out just 3 or 4 inches, not enough to be too visual, but just something to keep the weeds and the grass away from your sign, just as a cleanliness kind of an item.
Kind of ground it.
Just ground
Yeah,
it.
keep the weeds from growing up the side.
Just something to keep back so you can kind of clean to it easier.
Yeah.
Block's kind of hard to clean up again.
Yeah, I get it.
Take your
That's
weed
a good
whacker
point.
out there. Okay. And it's clearly going to be visible from the freeway.
Yeah, you can see the location. Is it visible from the freeway?
Not really.
I mean, the color choice, I'm suggesting with the darker background and the white sign, you'll be able to see it fairly well, right?
I think the hope is that you will see it, yeah,
Yeah.
but it's not gonna be, the building set. quite a
It's
bit
still
back,
set far back, yeah.
What about backlighting behind the actual letters?
Did you mention whether the north side the sign is going to be illuminated? Or is it just the monument?
We were also thinking about illuminating the wall sign. Has not officially been set in stone as of now, but
It would, if we illuminated, it'd probably be backlit.
That's what I would imagine.
Yeah.
That'd be really nice.
Yeah, very nice.
Okay. All right, as your agenda is for conceptual, these are all suggestions, obviously. You've gotten a sign planner. Emily?
Yes, her name is Emily Fisher.
All right. Yeah. Again, go ahead and work with Emily and get you guys agendized for preliminary. Is there anyone in the audience that would like to speak to this item?
We do not have any public comment.
I just want to say, I mean, this project has, we've been working with this for a while, and some private residences haven't received quite as much care as this has. I think you've done a really nice job. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Anybody else?
No, I agree. It looks great. It really does. I think it looks sharp. Yeah,
Yep.
it's really good.
Okay. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a great weekend.
You too. All right, with that being the last item on today's agenda, would anybody like to have any final comments for today? Not seeing anyone rise, I would ask for a motion to adjourn this meeting. Second,
I'll second that.
all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you, Shannon.
Thank you.
So radical. I mean, it was so